back to another episode of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. We are at 8-0, number one in the country, and will be heading down to Jacksonville for the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, taking on the 5-3 DJ Lagway led Florida Gators. We are coming off of what on paper is a pretty dominant win at Kentucky, but it was one that did not come without drama. Gunner Stockton ends up getting benched after his third interception for Ryan Puglisi, the redshirt sophomore out of Massachusetts. Had a really good little outing there. 6 for 6, did take a sack, but 99 yards, hit a 75-yard bomb to London Humphreys, checked the ball down, did a really nice job. Just really have struggled with the turnovers with Stockton, and it's been that way since late last year. But the redshirt senior, will be getting the start. It was the 7th straight 100-yard performance for Tavares Tobias. And again, it was Humphreys that had the big day, even though Anthony Evans and Nitro Tuggle did each find the end zone. Now, as we take a look at Florida, they got off to a good start, and they are on a massive slide right now. So they beat North Carolina State on the road to start the season, then beat Cal, beat Kennesaw State, beat LSU, and then beat Missouri before losing their last 3 games heading into this matchup. They lost to what is now the 14th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs at home. They lost badly on the road to Arkansas, and then got beat pretty bad on the road at Auburn. And now they're taking on the number 1 team in the country. They're not really in a great spot heading into that. They don't have a whole lot of momentum, but what they do have is DJ Lagway. Up to an 87 overall, the junior, extremely talented, does a lot of things. Of course, his backup is Deontay Riggs, the first quarterback that I wanted in this series and really pushed hard for. We ended up getting Kevin Vernon, but definitely looking forward to playing Riggs at some point in time. At running back, they have Trayon Webb, Jaden Baugh, and Katie Daniels as their top 3. Certainly would expect them to be the main guys. Wide receiver room is led by Trey Wilson. Again, really talented player. TJ Abrams is currently out, will not be playing this week. So we'll be taking on Aiden Mizell and Andy Jean, along with Manny Brisby as their main guys. Kind of gives you different looks, but, have 2 smaller, pretty quick guys, and then guys with a little bit more size in Mizell and Jean. Tight end, got Boardingham is again back. Hayden Hanson behind him. Pretty solid offensive line all the way across. A little weak at right guard. Have to think one of these left guards is going to end up sliding over, and they are without their starting right tackle. So a pretty big drop up there, and even their backup is hurt as well. So that's a pretty big drop. Maybe something that we can take advantage of there on the right side of their offensive line. Got a really, really good defensive front. A lot of talented players that are led by Kelby Collins and Cameron James, who I'd imagine one of them is starting over here at this right end spot. But you can see they are continuously bringing in talent along this defensive line. Their defensive tackle room's in a pretty good spot. Linebackers, again, pretty talented, all pretty athletic. No glaring weakness here at all. I think we may have a hard time running the football against them. You see they have a 90 overall defense. They're actually a really highly rated team. They may be the highest rated team that we played so far, I guess besides Alabama, so far in this season. Good cornerback room. Gives you a lot of size, good speed. Not really any major mismatch spots that I'm seeing here. Free safety and strong safety are also in pretty good spots. This is a really, really talented Florida team that I think is just kind of struggling right now. Their kicker situation is not great. But for whatever reason, they're kind of going through a skid, but they certainly have plenty of talent to make a jump. And again, like I said, we will be starting Gunner Stockton, but if he kind of does not start this game in rhythm, we may have to make a change. You hate to do that to a senior, but I think that we're getting close. Let me just see if there's maybe, just to give this game a little different look. Should we rock? I know that they never do it in these games. We've occasionally come out in some different uniforms. It's been a while. Let's go with the all black for them. And let me just change up my playbook. And we'll get things rolling. I do think we're going to have a pretty difficult time running the football. I think we're really going to have to do a nice job of throwing it here. But it's a neutral site game, and we'll see if Florida can rebound against us and see whether or not we can just move on to 9-0, maintain that top spot in the rankings as we are taking on the all blacked out Florida Gators here in Jacksonville. Split crowd, a lot of excitement. They're trying to get to bowl eligibility. They're trying to right this season. We are trying to maintain our undefeated season. See if we can get through this regular season undefeated, something that we have not accomplished yet here in this series as we are into year 3. I think Georgia would be considered a pretty solid favorite here, but I do think Florida can definitely give us some problems if we don't play extremely well on the offensive side. And we will see how that offense plays here immediately as Georgia will be receiving this opening kickoff. Dexter Dallas, who got his first career reception last week, gets the return, actually breaks a tackle and spins up to the 25. And we will see much maligned Gunner Stockton come out. Of course, they highlight Kristen Miller, who is currently the leading Heisman Trophy player in all of college football. Georgia will come out immediately in a 2 tight end pistol set. They want to show that they are ready to be physical here in this one. Stockton, it's going to be a handoff to Tobias, who breaks through the line there, able to get a gain of 3 on that one. Tobias, again, 7 straight 100-yard rushing performances. He is easily leading the country in rushing yards. He has been a force here. Only gets a gain of 2 there. So his first 2 carries goes for 5 yards, and Georgia very quickly in a 3rd down situation. Let's see how they decide to operate here. Three wide receivers. They do have a tight end there in the slot. Stockton is going to take it. He's going to try to dump this to Cantrell, who catches it, and it is 4th and inches. Georgia's going to be aggressive. They're going to go for this one. Assert the dominance early here, being gutsy. 2 tight ends. Tavares, Tobias, they do snap it. Tobias easily gets the rushing yardage needed. That'll be a 1st down for Georgia. But it took 4 plays to get it. And now sticking that bunch set. Stockton with Tobias beside him, takes the snap. Going to get this quickly over to London Humphreys, essentially as an extended handoff. Gets a gain of 5 on that one. Again, this is a pretty good Florida secondary. Georgia has to be careful with how they attack. They go 3 wide receivers here. Lucky Moore in line. Stockton takes it. He's going to get this out, and Lucky is all by himself. He hits him in stride. That is a nice 1st down gain for Stockton and company there. Stockton's only bugaboo has been some deep ball accuracy issues, of course, but just the turnovers. Roger Robinson now out there, and he is going to get his first carry of the game, takes it for a gain of 5. And now go under center, a 3 wide receiver look. Stockton drops back. He's going to take it, dumps that off to Cantrell, makes the 1st down catch. Slides down, 2nd catch of the day. Cantrell has dealt with some injuries over the past couple of weeks. Has not been consistently playing his full allotment of snaps. We'll see if he can stay healthy in this one. Stockton sends a nitro tuggle in motion. Quick little fake jet, and then hands it off to Tobias, who gets a gain of 6 there on that play. Tobias dealing with a little wear and tear. See how Georgia decides to play this. 2 tight end look. Going to send Blank in motion. Stockton takes the snap. He's eventually just going to dump this down to London Humphreys. Just gets a gain of 2 there. Again, essentially using that as essentially just extended handoffs. They are really crowding the line here. 3rd and 2, and they do stick with the run. It's going to be a carry to Tobias, but Freeland gets run over there at left tackle. Cameron James able to storm through there and get the stop. Georgia now out to kick a field goal. Peyton Woodring has had some struggles the past couple of weeks, but nails this one. But there's a flag on the play, and that might be a roughing the kicker, and it is. That will extend Georgia's drive just as Florida able to get the stop. You know, Gator fans certainly hate to see that. And now come out, 2 tight ends set here out of the pistol. Roderick Robinson in the backfield. It is going to be a carry to him. They send an all-out blitz, get him in the backfield. A loss of 2 there. Now a 2nd and goal, and they do bring out Kevin Vernon. Of course, the speedy quarterback has been utilized a lot to run the football, and he will run it here. Able to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard there. Could not spring him. See how Georgia decides now to attack this 3rd and goal from the 13. Of course, the big thing. Shouldn't even have to say it, but just do not turn the football over. Stockton takes the snap. Immediately pressure around the edge, and they're going to have to attempt the field goal again as Kermani McLean comes on the quarterback blitz. Knocks down Stockton. Now Woodring has to attempt another field goal here. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Georgia will take that 3-0 lead they had just a couple of snaps ago. Unable to take advantage of the roughing the kicker. Big 14-play drive there to start things off. Woodring boots it away. We're about to say DJ Lagway. This Florida Gator offense. For Florida, you got to find a way to run the football. It's been the one thing that Georgia has struggled with so far this season. Got to create a couple of big passing plays, of course. Let's see what they do. They look like they're going to come out in the 3-wide set. Lagway already calling audibles, and it is a play action. Pretty quick. Going to dump this off to the running back. Trayon Webb is brought down in the backfield. That is a loss of 2. It's Daniel Harris and Raylan Wilson are able to get back there to the running back. DJ Lagway now takes another snap. He's going to feel the pressure, but he's able to extend the play. Does get chased down by Damon Wilson. But able to turn what could have been a sack from Kristen Miller into a 7-yard gain. It's up a 3rd and 5. I have to think they're going to throw the football here. They do, and Damon Wilson gets back there to the quarterback, forces a bad pass. Wilson has beaten that left tackle now twice on back-to-back plays. Going to force a 3-and-out here for the Gators. And Boyce back here on the return. He's got some room to roll. I think Boyce is going to be a major mismatch down the field whenever his time does finally come. 4-wide pistol set. Stockton. It's going to be just a handoff to Tobias. Able to get some running room, Tobias. Really nice hard-nosed run there. Ends up gaining 9. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna force this behind Nitro Tuggle. Makes an awesome adjustment. Breaks a couple of tackles there. Gets the 1st down of that from Tuggle. Allows the offense to kind of create a big explosive play. See how they follow up with that. 2 high safeties. Cantrell is sent into motion. Send that down the field. Gets that underneath to London Humphreys. Humphreys not creating any explosive plays, but already his 3rd catch here early. Stockton has been really efficient. Wide. Stockton takes the snap. Will end up just throwing it away, and they're going to call intentional grounding. I thought that Stockton had maybe slightly gotten out But instead, he's going to be called for intentional grounding there. That'll be a loss of down and a loss of 10 yards. We're now kind of in a tough spot. This is a Gator secondary that definitely has some speed. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to try to just throw this one up, and it's batted away. Almost end up tipping that one to Cantrell. They're going to send out Peyton Woodring for a 57-yard field goal. He made a 61-yarder earlier this year, and he pushes that one to the left. I don't know if he had enough juice behind it anyway. So Florida now, DJ Lagway and company get good field position here. We get that almost picked off by C.J. Allen over the middle. He kind of struggled so far here for Lagway through the air. It's not been near as consistent as you would like if you're a Gator fan. Does get a good throw off there to the same guy. They'll get a first down there. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Georgia leading 3-0. Not really taking advantage there on the 3 and out on offense. Have kind of struggled so far. No real big plays. We'll see which one of these teams can create those. Now 1st and 10 starting off the second quarter. This is going to be a nice handoff. Good run. End up gaining 3. Okay, Bradley Wilson able to come and make a tackle there of Daniels. 2nd and 7. It's going to be a handoff to Daniels again. C.J. Allen kind of turned his shoulder too much there. Should have really found him there in the hole. That'll set up a 3rd and 1. Georgia maybe tries to send something fancy here. It's going to be a run, but Webb able to take that for a first down, barely. C.J. Allen crashed, was unable to make the play there in the end. Maybe another handoff to Daniels. Going to get a gain of 2 there. Georgia doing a nice job so far stopping the run. Boardingham over the middle, for a 6-yard gain. 2nd catch for him. It's going to be a speed option, just a quarterback taking. DJ Lagway able to get the first down there around the right side. Georgia kind of read that well, and they stuffed it in the middle. But just could not contain the outside there. Ended up creating the splash run play there for Lagway. This is a carry for Daniels. Now the run game starting to get going as it inside the 10, 1st and goal. It's going to be another run here to Webb. Somehow gets through the traffic enough to gain 2 yards. Does get stopped. 2nd and goal from the 4. Like this formation, see what they decide to do here. Georgia just going to just essentially run blitz there. Hooks able to get into the backfield and get the stop. Get him in the backfield. It's now a 3rd and goal. Lagway make a play here. He's going to scramble around. He's got room, but Daniel Harris is able to wrap him up there one-on-one. One of the toughest guys to tackle in that situation. It does force Florida here to try to kick a field goal. Kick is up and the kick is good. 3-3 game as both offenses seem to kind of be feeling each other out. Both offenses have put together pretty lengthy drives here. Who's going to be the first team to blink or the first offense to turn the ball over here? Let's see. Stockton takes the snap. We'll get that quickly to Cantrell. Catches it through traffic. It's a nice gain there. Second and 5. Really pressing here in the slots. Might be something to take note of. They try to set up the screen, but Anthony Evans, first catch of the day, can't do anything with it. McClain did a really nice job there of keeping to the outside, forcing him to try to turn that one back in, and just could not find the spot that could not get to the outside and then could not get back to the inside enough. Now a 3rd and 5, Gunner Stockton. Going to get that off to Cantrell there at the last second, and Cantrell barely gets the first down. So they're doing a really nice job of keeping Georgia from really taking any shots down the field. Gunner's one incompletion was a shot play. Stockton now going to take it. Oh, and he has got lost and lucky. Cannot get it out there. I'll be honest, I didn't see number 18. When I first let that one go, I thought that was going to be a touchdown. I did not see 18 there, kind of just in the shadow. Georgia unable to hit the big shot play there. I do like that look, though. Have not seen them really go to the tight ends. Stockton's going to take the snap. Going to get this over to Cantrell. Not going to be a big gain. Just a gain of 3. We're going to go back empty here. Stockton, 3rd and 7, takes the snap. Going to get this. Cantrell gets up the field, gets the first down. Continue to just utilize the short passing game. Trying to create something down the field, though, for sure. Stockton takes the snap, gets that over to Lucky, quick throw, breaks the tackle. Lucky is still going, ends up going out of bounds at the 41. Kind of created the play there. Like it. Lucky right now is the favorite for the Mackey Award for the best tight end of the year. Stockton, little play action game here. Trying to scramble out. He's going to throw that over to Cantrell, and he catches it. Falling to the ground. Takes it inside the 10. Let's take a look at this one again. Almost looks like Stockton didn't see the safety there. But he put it in a spot. Try to let his guy. Yeah, the safety flipped. So then Gunner, right as he turned, Gunner threw it. Safety just could not react in time. Cantrell able to just bridge hit, kind of rope himself off there. Really nice play. See what they do here. The last play here before the 2-minute warning. Just going to be a carry for Tobias, and he takes it out of gain of 1. Heading to the 2-minute warning with Georgia staring at a 2nd and goal from about the 5.5-yard line. See if they can find a way to get into the end zone here. 2nd and goal. Again from the 5. Stockton sends Evans in motion. He's just going to try to throw it away, and he said he takes a 12-yard sack. They tried to set up the screen. Ended up not liking the look, and instead of forcing something, ended up trying to throw it away, but it did not work. 3rd and goal. Stockton letting a little bit of this clock run down. He takes the snap. To get that over to Cantrell, who's going to get into the end zone. Cantrell heavily utilized here in this first half. 3rd and goal from the 17. Gunner Stockton makes up for the sack. Finds Cantrell in a soft spot in the zone. And Cantrell does the rest. Finishes that play with physicality there. Goes through the linebacker, and the safety falls forward into the end zone. His 8th catch, 86 yards in this first half. Woodring's kick is up, and it is good. Georgia is up 10-3, an 11-play, 80-yard drive. Getting them some momentum here. A little over a minute left before halftime. Now you need the defense to make a stop, as Florida does open up the second half with the ball. Georgia struggling to run the football so far. I've had to throw it a lot. Lagway He gets time but misses his throw there over the middle. Just 3 of 6 for 19 yards. He has turned the ball over a lot against Georgia in his 2 appearances against the Dogs. See if he can round into form. Does get a good throw there over the middle. CJ Allen with a tackle in the middle of the field. Florida calls a timeout. It is now a 3rd and 2. They're trying to get pressure. Lagway makes a hell of a throw, but Boardingham can't catch it. Aguero able to knock it out. Florida is going to have to punt it away here. We're just going to get a chance to score again here before the half. Boyce trying to find room, ends up getting tackled down. Georgia's got pretty good field position here. So far, they have kind of struggled to find the explosive plays that you need in these spots. They have obviously got the speed on the outside to make things happen. Stockton takes the snap. Going to try to loft that to Anthony Evans, and he is going to catch it, and he is going to get into the end zone. 16-3. As number 5 goes for 6. Again, they lull you to sleep with the short passing game when things are working right with this passing offense. They lull you to sleep with the short passing game, wait for you to make a mistake. The strong safety comes up too much, leaves the void behind the corner who thought he had safety help. And Anthony Evans is going to beat you every time on plays like that. 2 catches, 62 yards. Just got the score, and now Georgia has separated at least a little bit here before halftime. A 1-play drive. It is nice when you can do that every now and then. This will be Daniels taking the kick return. He is knocked down at the 15. If I'm Florida, with the way this passing game is going, I think I run this clock out. They're going to throw a screen. They do get that over to Daniels. He is tackled inbounds. They will call a timeout. Georgia has dominated this first half. Lagway. We get it over to Webb all by himself. Melo is able to push him out of bounds, helped out by Ellis Robinson. Gunner 16 of 18, over 200 yards passing, got as many touchdown passes as he does in completions. Really nice response from him so far. Get a pass over there on the left side, just a gain of 4. Now they got to go. 20 seconds left. Trying to find a shot play here. I know Georgia's going to allow that to happen. Lagway trying to run, ends up just throwing it away. 13 seconds left here. Had the one really good drive when it comes to running the football. They have not shown that they can really throw it. And just as I say that, a huge completion there for Lagway. Gets the first down. They don't have a lot of time left. Probably need another 12 or so here for a realistic field goal spot. You got to get out of bounds if you do so. He's got plenty of time. Ends up just throwing that one away. Somehow that's not intentional ground. I guess they're saying he just throws it over the running back's head. Now they're essentially going to have to go for a Hail Mary. But they got enough time to run 2 plays, even if they're able to get out of bounds quickly. DJ is going to throw it up. He's got plenty of arm, and it is knocked out of bounds. Georgia leads 17-3 heading into the locker room here against their hated rival, the Florida Gators. Fernando Cantrell, 8 for 86 and a score in that first half. So far, I think things have gone a lot the way I thought it would. Being able to create the big pass play to Evans there at the end of the half is really huge. I think that Florida's defense is playing well. We're doing just enough a lot of the times to make things happen. But they're stopping the run. That's been a struggle for us so far, and it's not something that we've struggled with so far this year. Tobias, 7 straight 100-yard rushing performances heading into this one. His lowest yardage total of the season is 95 yards in week 1. Certainly not pressing that way right now. Still a lot of football left to play. Lagway Comes out to start the second half with an RPO. Wrapped up for a loss of 1 there in the backfield. Georgia's just been all over these receivers. And Lagway's missed a couple of throws. I think he's done a nice job evading pressure. But he's missing throws, and that is really hurting them. Gets a throw there over there to the left side. That is completed. Julian Humphrey tackles down. Trey Wilson goes for a first down. Hand it off this time, and they lost outside containment. Justin Williams there on that right side. Ends up creating a big hole there for Daniels to run through. Takes that for a first down. Justin Williams makes up for it that time as he and Christian Miller end up wrapping Daniels up there. Technically he swam inside, so if Daniels could have just gotten one step farther out there, it may have been somewhere for him to go, but did not on that play. 2nd and 12, nice little completion. Sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 4. Georgia trying to disguise their looks here a little bit. Trying to set up a screen, but Williams ends up defending that as they try to get that off to Boardingham. Florida's going to try to kick a long field goal here. About 52 yards. Deontay Riggs on the hold, and that kick is also to the left. So both of these kickers have missed 50-plus yarders so far. Georgia, thankfully, has gotten 2 passing touchdowns in that first half from Gunner Stockton. They're immediately in the pistol, running with Tobias. Nice run of 9. Ended up getting a 5-man defensive front there. And it does pay off for a nice carry. Now go 2 tight ends. Got some more bodies here on the interior. That time Roger just takes it up, gets his yard, bounces back out. Now 3 receivers over to the right. Tobias will take the carry, gets the block, only gets a gain of 2. Florida really has done a nice job in this game of bottling up that rushing attack. Now, how if that continues, I don't know. Stockton taking the snap, gets that over to Lucky. It's a gain of 6. Stockton has consistently taken what this defense has given him the entire game. Exactly what you want your quarterback to do. Took the deep shot when it was there. 3 wide receivers. Tobias in the backfield. Stockton going to take it. Tries to swing pass out to Lucky, but a really nice read there. Stockton thought he was getting the block. They don't get it. Georgia now is going to punt it. Try the defense is playing well. Try to pin them back here. Lozano. Not the best punt in the world. And in fact, Daniels able to return it. Gets it up to the 20. Not Lozano's best punt. 3 wide receivers boarding him in there at tight end. Got Trey Webb with DJ Lagway. This is a quick RPO, and again, Daniel Harris. He is really having a good season playing out of that nickelback spot. He has tackled extremely well all year. Lagway. This is going to be a read option, and Justin Williams tracks him in the backfield. Having a really nice day there off the edge. Lagway almost got around him. Williams has certainly missed some plays there on that outside. They're going to try to set up the screen, and Daniels is going to get the first down. Really nice blocking, set it up well. Georgia linebackers in the corner, the safeties, everybody just kind of dropped out. They ran the screen, could not get off the blocks. Lagway able to help this team get a first down. It's going to be a carry to Daniels. It's a gain of 5 out of that, showing some patience. Wanted to bounce that one outside, it looked like, but ended up bouncing it inside. RPO, but it is run down by C.J. Allen, and Damon Wilson tried to sneak him out there on the right side. He is tackled down for a loss of about 1, I believe. 3rd and 6. Gonna gotta throw over the middle. KJ Bolden almost picked that one off. Looks like Lagway tried to get that to Trey Wilson. And he did. Wilson just thankfully barely got in the way for Lagway enough for KJ. Didn't pick that one off. Kind of wanted to see the safety jump that, but he did not. Now let's see, you got Boyce got a chance to return this. We get wrapped up. At the 29, Georgia comes back out on offense. Let's see. Georgia's going to bring out Kevin Vernon right now. We know they like to run him donning his new red sleeve. There's going to be a carry for him, and Vernon is out. Able to get the gain of 9 there. Got through traffic. There's a lot going on that play. He is trying to create big plays. Come under center, Stockton. Play action. He's going to throw this in a one-on-one to Anthony Evans. He cannot catch it. Cornerback running with him, McClain. Having a really nice day, but they got the second and short. Stockton put that in a good spot. McClain just able to make a play on that. Take your shots to number 5 while you got him. Bunch set here. Certainly have to think this is Tobias time, and it is. He barely gets the first down. 10 carries, just 38 yards for him so far. Over the course of a game, he is going to typically end up breaking a couple of 7 to 10 yarders. You feel like they're maybe getting close to that. Outside carry to Tobias. It's a gain of 4 there. Even that play, you feel like it's close. You feel like you're just at the breaking point. Trail going in motion here, Georgia. Stockton takes the snap. It's a one-on-one. He's going to try it again. Does not get it out in time, though. Doesn't get it quite far enough out there. It's going to set up a 3rd and short. They're really showing that they are not afraid of Stockton, attempting these passes down the field. Georgia maybe takes advantage of that. If they're going to keep doing it, Gunner's eventually going to hit another one of those. Tobias in the backfield. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to throw that to the outside, and Anthony Evans is able to catch it. They keep pressing, not pulling that safety over enough. That time, Gunner able to loft that one over the outside shoulder of Evans. Actually, a really nice throw from Stockton. Evans able to run under it, make sure he gets the feet down, makes the catch through contact. Carry for Tobias. He's got some running room. Tobias not really showing the explosion on that run that he typically does. He does get a gain of 8 still. Now it's Robinson. It's a counter play. Robinson just trying to run it up the middle and gets a first down. Again, Georgia not having a whole lot of success. That don't mean they're going to quit trying to run the football. 2 tight ends. It'll be a counter play to Tobias, wrapped up in the backfield. Really nice play there from Graham. 2nd and goal. Stockton takes the snap. Will end up taking the sack. 3rd sack for Florida in this one. Setting up a 3rd and goal from the 16, but of course Georgia has gotten out of this one today. Gotten out of a very similar situation. Had a 3rd and goal from the 17 and found a touchdown pass to Cantrell. There may be something they can set up here. Cantrell still leading the team in targets despite not having one in that entire quarter. See what Georgia can come up with here. Let's see. bunch it here over to the left side. Stockton takes it. He's going to loft that one to London Humphreys, and he makes the catch. What a grab from number 16, Stockton's third touchdown of the day. How did London Humphreys make that catch? All Stockton's looking to do here is just give Humphreys a chance to make the play. It's one-on-one coverage. London's got the height advantage, makes the grab, and McClain flips him on his back, and he still just catches it through that. What a play from Humphreys. It's Gunner Stockton really feeling himself today after getting benched last week. He's really put together a strong performance. He is responsible for all 3 Georgia touchdowns today. And what has certainly been a pretty methodical day for the offense. Daniel should not have taken that out. 1st and 10. If you're the Gators, if you're going to make any kind of chance at mounting a comeback here, it's got to be right now. Lagway, really nice throw there. That's an NFL throw. 10-yard out to the tight end from one hash all the way to the sideline. That's a really nice throw. Lagway in the empty. Finds his man, Boardingham again. Or that's not Boardingham, excuse me. Mizell's 4th catch of the day. They've kept him in check. Just 20 yards on his 4 catches. Lagway. Got it again over to Mizell. Gain of 5. I think Lagway, for the most part, has been really accurate. Has not turned the football over, but has not been great down the field. Florida's offense is kind of playing in a box with a Georgia team that I think defensively really plays into that. I think you have to be able to run the football directly at Georgia. And you got to be able to create a couple of plays down the field. And so far, I mean, Florida's just not been able to do that. Good screen here over to the left side. And Georgia just, they've tackled really well in space today. That might really be the biggest reason like that play. You know, if he's able to break the tackle, there's a lot of yardage there. They don't get it. Georgia is trying to get after Lagway, and he is just quick pass gaming them to death right now. If Georgia can find a defensive stop here. Lagway's trying to scramble, somehow able to avoid Damon Wilson, and Raylan Wilson just absolutely undercut Lagway there. Took his feet out from under him. Just a gain of 3 on what could have been a dangerous scramble. Wilson missed that. Again, finds Mizell on the short passing game. It's the first down. 6 catches for 32 yards. Florida's playing in the passing game a lot like Georgia is. A lot of dink and dunk, short stuff, but they have not been able to take advantage of a couple of deep shots, but they take one here, and Ellis Robinson picks it off. DJ Lagway has had 3 career appearances against Georgia. He's thrown an interception now in all 3. Lagway just not quite getting it against Georgia. This looks like another really poor offensive performance here from Florida as we see Vernon takes the snap. He's going to try to run this over to the right side. Finds a little hole, gain of 6. I do think that there is some upside in Vernon being a future starter for this offense. Carry for Tobias. Oh, almost got out of there. That close. That's really what Tobias has missed so far today. Just a couple of snaps here and there. Stockton takes it. He's going to try to get that out to Lucky again. Does get the first down. This time gets just enough blocking up there. Stockton. Get off to Tobias. Finishes the run hard. I do not think, without barring some massive explosive run, I do not think he is going to get to the century mark today. Stockton again hands it off to Tobias, able to get his full steam ahead there. He gets the first down. Run game is starting to come along. Tobias is so good. And make the sharp cuts you need. He's a bowling ball getting downhill. Just a gain on 1 there, though. 17 carries, 64 yards. It's going to take a big run. There's just not going to be enough carries left here as Roger Robinson. Even that play was really close to being a big run. Florida does a nice job of wrapping it up, though. See what they do here. They are pressing again on the outside. Stockton takes the snap and try to get this over to Cantrell. Ends up just falling incomplete. Georgia will punt it away here. Play it safe. No real reason not to. Zano gets the punt away. Daniels able to get a good return. Georgia cannot figure out the punt game, which is, I guess, not the worst thing in the world. Don't have to worry about it too terrible much. 1st and 10. Can Lagway and this Florida offense at least put a drive together? Like, your chances of winning this game are obviously pretty low, but you want to take your shot. Ellis Robinson coming off of a pick knocks that one away. Really nice play there. Ellis is a heck of a player, man. This team was a little slow getting turnovers to start the year, including him and Kristen Miller, the Heisman Trophy candidate. Finally gets on the board there with a sack. 3rd and 20. It's that really nice throw there from Lagway. That's a heck of a throw. That is a deep end, turned into 17 yards there. Hit that between a couple of defenders. Georgia now get the stop on 4th down. Nope, dumped it off to Webb. He gets the first down. Keeps things going. Again, Georgia's not letting up the big explosive pass play to Florida. The seconds are just ticking away. That's a dangerous pass there. Mizell does a nice job of going up and getting it as we will head to the 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. So it hasn't been the most explosive Georgia day offensively, but a really sound performance. Certainly could have done a little better in the run blocking, but credit to Florida. They made plays. It can't always just be about things that we can improve. But Stockton, I think, responded really well. Played largely pretty safe, but he took his shots to Anthony Evans, which you like to see. So play conservative. You get the one-on-ones. Try to get it up to number 5. Really stretches out the defense, and it worked. Evans had a good game. Cantrell's had a good game. London Humphreys able to find the end zone, and KJ Bolden gets an interception here. DJ Lagway with multiple interceptions in both of his career starts against Georgia, and I think he actually had multiple interceptions against us in his appearance as a freshman. So I think that is his 3rd straight appearance against Georgia, throwing multiple interceptions here. Throws that directly to KJ. Could have had one earlier in the game, but thankfully for Florida, had a wide receiver jump in front of it that time. I see Georgia maybe get a handoff here to Tobias, but no reason to try to get him hurt. So he gets a gain of 7. He'll get above 70 yards. He is not going to hit the 100-yard mark, which is certainly disappointing, but a solid game nonetheless. And Stockton going to take the knee. It's not going to run the clock out for me, okay. But a 24-3 win here for Georgia, behind 3 touchdown passes from Gunner Stockton, interceptions from the defense, 2 interceptions from the defense. Lagway did a nice job again of evading pressure at times. They ran the ball well in spurts, but there was no explosiveness to the Florida offense. Their one drive they had to kick the field goal ended up being 11 yards. just not enough. Again, Georgia defense, I thought, felt like had a really good game. Pressured Lagway, but could not get to him consistently. But a 24-3 win, kind of shows almost like a more physical type of game for us. But 3 passing touchdowns, took the shots when we got them. We ran the ball, controlled clock, got off the field on 3rd downs. We won that down offensively and defensively. Stockton almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Most importantly for him, no interceptions. Finally putting together a really good game. Cantrell, I think that touchdown there on the 3rd and goal from the 17 they just showed was kind of the spark this offense needed. After Florida got a field goal, Anthony Evans was able to take the deep, long touchdown there before the halftime, and all of a sudden Florida's down 2 scores. They have to throw the ball more often. Just didn't work out in their favor. But you see, we were 50% on 3rd downs. They were just 36%. Both teams 1 of 1. On 4th down, we won the turnover margin 2-0. We were really good through the air. They were not, but neither team ran the ball extremely well. As we look at the stats, Gunner Stockton over a 200 quarterback rating. Anytime you get above that, you've had a really good day. 20 for 26, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns, did not throw a pick. Excellent response from him. Tobias, 18 for 71. Robinson even was just 5 for 10. Not a whole lot of rushing room here for them. Vernon did use, he had 2 pretty decent little runs. I think he had like a 9-yarder and an 8-yarder. I'm not mistaken, along with a loss of 1 on one of his carries. Cantrell 8 for 86 and a score. Lucky 4 for 47. Humphreys 4 for 28 and that insane interception. Anthony Evans 3 for 98 and a score. And Tuggle did have a really hard-nosed 18-yard reception as well. Did give up 2 sacks. I think they're more cover sacks than anything else. Just not wanting to put the ball in harm's way. CJ Allen leads the way majorly here with 13 tackles. Daniel Harris, I felt like, had a really good game. Raylan Wilson had a couple of nice shots on Lagway on a couple of scrambles. Tackles for loss, you had 2 from Kristen Miller, 2 from Williams, and then 1 from Harris, Wilson Jr., Allen, Raylan Wilson, and Dre Hooks. Sacks, just 1 on the day from Kristen Miller. Interceptions go to KJ Bolden and Ellis Robinson. Here on the other side, you had 2 interceptions from Lagway, just 187 yards. Solid enough completion percentage, but he was not really good throwing the ball down the field. Again, I thought he evaded pressure well. We only got the 1 sack on him, but could not really create anything with his legs. See, Daniels averaged just under 7 yards a carry. The game script kind of got away from Florida in this one, got a little too pass happy. Mizell and Daniels essentially, of course, Daniels is a running back, but their passing game largely was just an extension of the run. A lot of completions here just to Mizell and Daniels. Tried to get the ball down the field some, especially to Trey Wilson. It just did not work out. Of course, they didn't score, so nobody got touchdowns there. The 1 sack goes to Christian Williams. Grayson Howard led the way with 11 tackles for them, with 9 from Thornton and Graham. Tackles for loss, Carmoni Klein had 2. Thought he had a really nice day. 2 tackles for loss and a sack. A couple of deflections. Really covered Anthony Evans, I feel like, well. You had the 1 play, the safety over the top. He was not really, looked like he was more expecting help. Evans was able to get behind him, but you figure his other deep completion he gave to Evans was just a really nice throw from Stockton, kind of throwing Evans open over on the right side. Howard also had 2 tackles for loss. Let's see the guys here that had, who each had 3 sacks here from Keeley, Collins, and McClain. And I'll just kind of keep talking as I'm going over. I don't really know who I want to use for us getting a thumbnail. Gunner had a nice response here. Let's just get something from Gunner. But yeah, thought it was a really, really good game. I thought that we played extremely well throughout. Was glad to see that, and glad that we rebounded, and glad that Gunner rebounded. We needed a nice day in the passing game, and really glad that we were able to get that. I don't think I'm gonna do one for them. And yeah, so we're hopped out and going to advance the week. Didn't show it. But I did upgrade my coach to where he's a better recruiter when it comes to defensive backs. So wanted to do that because I got a couple of targets that we really need to get to add some depth there. We'll advance the week, see if we got any movement. We'll take a look at the top 25 scores and our stats, and then we will hop out of here. 2026 Week 10, really moving things along here. John Clapp ends up committing to UCF. It's a battle we got into late, but tried to make a run first for a couple of these safeties. Safeties and cornerbacks here. Okay. And now we will be, Baton Rouge getting a chance to play there. Hopefully it's a night game. I would actually love that. Again, a really good, talented LSU team that's just not playing well for whatever reason. Have not really been good in this entire series. They're at 3-6, 0-5 in the conference. But we will go over the top 25 scores there from Week 10. We had Louisiana over Southern Miss, big. Virginia Tech over Utah State. Virginia over Wake Forest. Boston College over SMU. Cal over Syracuse in a tight game. Our win over Florida. Tennessee over Mississippi State. Kind of knocking the other Bulldogs of the SEC down a peg there. Nice win for the Volunteers. Arizona over Texas Tech, and a really nice win on the road. Oregon over Northwestern. Western Kentucky over Jack State. Clemson over Georgia Tech. USF upsets Washington on the road. North Texas over Tulane. Wisconsin, big-time upset over what was a 7-1 Penn State team, 35-14. Wow. Michigan with an impressive win over Iowa. Houston in their almost got their second win of the season here. Lose by 2 to Kansas State on the road. Kansas State able to survive. Pitt over North Carolina, and USC in a monumental matchup, able to get a 5-point win over the Buckeyes of Ohio State. USC and Ohio State are both at 7-2 and ranked number 2 and number 4. So it's definitely been a really interesting, season. We're really the only team that's that's not losing games. I think we're the last undefeated team. See, Pitt's at 9-1, Kansas State's at 8-1. You have a lot of teams here with 2 losses, including the number 11 ranked North Texas for what it's worth. Then you get a lot of teams with 3. Louisiana's at 1 loss, but yeah, definitely crazy parity around the sport. It's certainly at an all-time high, and even we're beating teams, but we've had some closer games than it should be. Teams are playing us relatively tough, and we're not just absolutely trouncing teams. Like, we haven't been above 40 points, since week 2. The offense has kind of consistently been pretty solid, but has not been just exceptional the whole time. But yeah, we'll take a look at our stats here. Again, a really nice day from Gunner Stockton, 24 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Finally gets him back to that 2-to-1 ratio. Need a lot more of what we just got in that game for sure. 76% completion percentage he had in that game, plus averaging over 10 yards an attempt. It's a really, really nice outing. Tobias sucks that he didn't get that century mark there, but continues to run hard. Robinson, Vernon still being utilized. Anthony Evans still leading the way. Did get his 10th touchdown of the season. Humphreys now back-to-back games with a touchdown. Cantrell scored, of course, as well. Yeah, kind of you trying to utilize everybody evenly and trying to find those splash plays to Evans when we can. Offensive line has continued to be really great, particularly in the pass protection. Allen jumps Aguero here to lead the team in tackles again. Kristen Miller from the defensive line spot ranked 3rd, or tied for 3rd with Daniel Harris. I'll just scroll down if you want to pause and look at somebody in particular. Tackles for loss, Miller, of course, still leading the way, but Hall closing in on 20 tackles for loss as well. Justin Williams had a really nice day. Damon Wilson, all those guys are in double digits. Christian Miller, 10.5 sacks, easily leading the way over Damon Wilson, with Justin Williams and McLeod kind of behind those guys. Interceptions, you have Aguero and Humphrey tied for 4. C.J. Allen, who had a 3-interception game, is now tied with Ellen Robinson, who just got one that game. And KJ got his 2nd interception of the season. But, yeah, the next time I see you guys, we'll be taking a trip to Baton Rouge. Let's see what time that game is. It will be just in the daytime. Okay. So we'll be taking a trip to Baton Rouge to take on the LSU Tigers. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my Tulane Dynasty also on the channel here. And check out my Atlanta Hawks franchise there on NBA 2K25 if that interests you. And yeah. Until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.